A new City of Tshwane Council speaker is expected to be elected today. It follows a whirlwind of a week involving resignations, reappointments and fake certificates. Pule Letshwiti-Jones is finding out how this process will unfold and what else is on the agenda. He joins us now for the very latest. Good morning, Pule. A very interesting week it was last week, as we've detailed the fake certificates, reappointments. It was quite a lot. But now we're hearing that the ANC, though, is quite confident that they have the numbers to even install their own speaker. Talk to us about what the numbers are looking like now.
Well, yes, today is the special council sitting where the election of the council speaker will then take place following the resignation of the Tshwane Mayor, Dr. Makwarela. And we also understand that the city of Tshwane is currently probing that rehabilitation certificate letter yet submitted, of course, which they say is fake. But of course, you'd remember that the ANC and the EFF managed to fill their mayoral candidates before through the voting process being a secret process as well, voting, and that's how they actually managed to get the numbers from other political parties who, by the way, we believe there were some from the DA and Action SA who were being accused of working with the ANC and the EFF. Just this morning, we saw that statement from Action SA in which it says that it has decided to terminate the membership of eNCA from Action SA, alleged to have also been part of those who conspired in terms of working with the ANC and the EFF, which saw them emerge victorious when having to fill their mayoral candidates. But back to the city, in terms of process today, I'm joined by the city spokesperson, Selby Bokaba, who joins me right now this morning. Mr. Bokaba, thank you very much for speaking to us. Maybe let's just begin with what are we expecting today now that it's a special council sitting?
Well, what we're expecting to happen today is that at 10 a.m., council will get underway and city manager will preside over the election of the speaker, and thereafter we hope that the speaker will act speedily to convene another council meeting for the purpose of the election of the executive mayor.
And then just in regards to last week when we spoke again, it was in relation to the former mayor's insolvency rehabilitation certificate saying it's fake. What's the latest? The city manager still opening a case this morning?
Well, as I said last week, the city manager has sought legal opinion basically on three things. One, whether there was commission of fraud on the part of Dr. Makwarela when he presented the city manager with that fraudulent rehabilitation certificate. And secondly, whether can we claim all the monies that were paid to Dr. Makwarela from when he became a councillor in November 2021 to date. And thirdly, and most importantly, the status of all the decisions or resolutions that were taken in council when Makwarela presided. So all of these things will be clarified during the course of this week. We are in contact with the DPCI or the Hawks, and the city manager will be able to depose an affidavit to that effect. And we will know the way forward before the end of this week.
How important is it to have a speaker elected in today's council?
Well, speaker is very important because speaker is the engine of the legislature, which is council. So without the speaker, there's no council. And the speaker is the one who has to preside over the election of the executive mayor, who in turn will have to appoint his maker. And there are reports that are long overdue and outstanding that require council approval. And that process can only be done only if you have a speaker. So it's important that the speaker be elected, and council should co-rate. As you know very well that last week on Monday the 6th, there was a council meeting, but it couldn't continue because the number of councillors that were here could not form a quorum. So we are hoping that today's meeting will go ahead as scheduled, and that the councillors will avail themselves, form a quorum, so that there can be the election of the speaker, who then will preside, hopefully this week, over the election of the executive mayor. So we need the speaker. Without the speaker, there is no council.
So you're racing against time to elect the speaker and the mayor to ensure service delivery in the city?
Absolutely, especially looking at the fact that we have until the end of the month to pass the adjustment budget. It was supposed to have been done by end of Feb, but we couldn't do it because of all these developments that have been happening in the city.
Thank you very much. That's the Tshwane spokesperson, of course, Selby Bukaba, just speaking to us and taking us through what is expected to take place today in the special council sitting that will convene at about 10 a.m., where hopefully the Speaker of Council will then be elected.
All right, Pule, we'll catch up with you a bit later on then. That's our reporter, Pule Letshwiti-Jones.